November 12th, the cover of Time magazine was Rosalind Carter, our president's wife, cradling a starved, near to death, listless appearing baby. Everyone that saw that found out that there's a genocide going on in Cambodia, and it really affected people. Later that week, it was a Saturday morning, and Travis and I both were off call, and we were reading the paper, having a cup of coffee, and I came across this news release that Ron Post, a businessman in Salem, Oregon, was putting together a medical team to go to Cambodia to help the refugees. And so I said to Travis, this is something I can do. And he said to me, you should go. And in 2 weeks, I was sitting on a plane to Thailand, to the Thai-Cambodian border, caring for refugees. What stays with me is this story of the first trip to Cambodia, because no one can get their head around it, that you'd close the border, that a dictator would say he's going to drive everybody to the countryside and starve them or torture them or just kill them. And that he got a whole group of people to go with him so that they were armed to do that. And that they killed a quarter of their population, 6 million, 1.5 million killed. So that enormity is what you deal with. And it was the first time that I had dealt with that. We were assigned a hospital shed, and we had 100 patients, and there were 10 other hospital sheds like us. So there were 1,000 patients in what we called intensive care, and about 10,000 in the refugee camp. And what would happen, they'd bring their sickest to us, and they would get a cot, and we would treat malaria, tuberculosis, all the diarrheal diseases in a person that had been starved. And by getting food and medical care, people did get better. This one young woman, she saw her parents killed in front of her eyes. She was taken by the soldiers as a sex slave, plus being starved, tortured. So it was time to go, and she was very fearful to go out in the camp because there were many of the Pol Pot soldiers that had fled the country too, because they were starved. So she became my translator. And she was really a warm, caring person. On the last day, said goodbye, and she said to me, I thank you, I love you, you are my beginning. There's really something that happens to you when someone gives you that kind of benediction. You are my beginning. How could that be? That someone would be so near to death, loss of hope, then with some care, could say something so gracious. That is still a guide to me. That's quite a joyful burden to know that for one person, it made enough difference to be a beginning.